Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Evercade podcast. We got some good stuff to talk about for you here. So stay tuned. Oh my God. What is that?
It's Gene Belcher in the Itty Bitty Ditty Committee.
Oh, yeah. Bob's Burgers. Oh, man. Welcome to Bob's Burgers, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. How's everybody doing? And Pete had to step away and get some coffee. He'll probably be back. Unless Rich busts in, just to let everyone know, I don't think he's going to be here. I just touched base with him on Thursday, and Thursday was his grandfather's funeral where he is in Florida. So what a way to start off on a positive note. But I know people will ask, so I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way so we can.
I don't know. It's been several weeks now. Maybe they wouldn't have asked.
So yeah, it's funny. Somebody usually does. So
everybody would just be on the edge of their seat waiting for him to show up, and he just doesn't. But maybe today. Right. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you'll notice too, like he hasn't been he hasn't put out any new videos and stuff on his channel for obvious reasons because he's been preoccupied at all.
Especially it is the busy time of year on top of that too. So
yeah.
Sometimes you just don't have time.
Yep.
Hello. I'm back with coffee.
He's back. Yeah, I was just giving everybody an update on Rich that he probably won't be joining because I know people usually ask. I'm like, just get that out of the way.
When he does come back, he needs to be wearing all white.
Yep. Rest in peace, Grandpa Bacon.
Bacon.
I know, right?
I could actually use some bacon right now. Who's eating
Canadian bacon?
Oh, that's just ham.
No, it's not. That's you being ignorant about Canadian bacon.
Just joking.
They're making me think of John Candy.
You live near Canada. You can get to Canada.
I don't live that close to Canada. I'm a good 10 hours from Canada.
No, where are you? What? Are you really?
Chicago, yes. I know because it takes about 8 hours or 6 to 8 hours to drive to Upper Michigan.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, he lives in the Windy City, but I don't think it's that windy to propel him there quicker. All right. But yeah, no, the holidays are approaching. I know I'll be excited for getting like the last week of December off and then tying in vacation time before then. And
I'm on vacation right now. My first day of vacation.
Woohoo!
I don't go back to work until January 2nd.
See, nice. The thing is, is it technically that I'm on vacation too because I didn't work today and I took yesterday off?
Sure.
No, it depends. Are you working Monday?
Yes.
So you're technically off a mini vacation.
I guess all I take are mini vacations then because I never take a whole week off.
Really? That'll be me on the 20th. Yeah, it's interesting when you take a few weeks off of work and you like go back and you have to relearn everything. But it's a nice break though.
Well, in our office, nobody's working, so it's like a holiday shutdown.
Oh yeah. Those are the things I like working when nobody else is working.
Yeah,
I don't get tons of emails, stuff like that. It's pretty wild. So I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be playing a lot of games and watching a lot of movies with the kids.
Nice.
Sweet. I'm trying to get over this stupid allergy or cold I have. I don't know what the hell it is. Like, I've not been this sick since I went back and worked in a physical office. I've been sick more than I ever was in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
I think the pandemic has caused my immunity system to be completely gone during those years. So
plus you're around more people. I know when I have go in the office, it always would be somebody like coughing in the corner. I'm like, stay home, stay home.
I don't want them to stay home. Then somebody else has to do their job. I'm Gen Xer. Fuck up, kid.
Well, hey,
Take time off. Shit.
The pandemic caused our office to completely, like, nobody works in the office anymore, and it'll never, like, we still have an office, but most people just work from home now.
Yeah, but everybody's pansies today too, though, right? Like, you'll look around, like, you know, if you like, it got worse after Gen X, like millennials are okay a bit.
It's Gen Chat.
And
that's why,
that's now why you got the Gen Ys and all those. Like, you can't. Oh my God, their work ethic is ridiculously bad. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna stop talking that.
Hand sanitizer, like I have it, but I never use it. Like you need the germs. You need to keep your immune system on.
Before we say hi to the chat, no, I just wanted to ask you guys what you've been playing. Like in the Dukes 1 and 2, like I was just telling them, like I have like just over 12 hours, and I think I'm at the last boss of the 4th episode of the second.
Hey, stop spoiling it. I've not played it. Crow's not played it.
Yeah, I'm not going to get to 2038, so no spoilers.
Yeah, dude. Like, come on, man. There's probably a lot of people in the chat haven't even got their cards.
We're asking for no spoilers for a game.
I'm not telling any spoilers.
That's like 40 years old already.
Very non-specific.
I'm thinking about going out and yelling at a cloud this afternoon too. Just to let you know.
You probably should.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
No,
I'm with your luck, you'll go outside.
What's that, Crow?
I said, with your luck, you'll go outside and it'll be a clear day, no clouds.
Yeah. I'm like,
what have you guys been playing Evercade wise?
Well, my goal for Evercade is to actually play the Duke sometimes in the next couple weeks. But I am enjoying my VS a lot lately, Crow. I gotta tell you, man.
The Duke one, Atomic Edition.
Because they look so good. The controller looks so good. Every time I walk by it, I'm like, I'm gonna play you now.
Speaking of, at some point, I plan on doing a video where I'm going to compare the different like iterations of Evercade and the controllers. And
I love how Ed got trolled in his video by some comments of saying, "Hey, dude, it's not free. You trade stuff." And Ed's defending himself, and I'm like, I want to comply.
I want to reply. I didn't watch your video.
So
I want to reply and go, Ed, don't give him the like. Don't reply to that. And Ed's like being a good dude, replying to it. I'm like, dude, who cares how you got it? You got it. It's fun.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but like the point that I want to say is,
I watched that video while I was doing 10 other things, and I'm like, yeah, I knew Ed. I knew what Ed was gonna like, and I knew what he wasn't gonna like because he had, like, you know, he had already decided that, right? So it kind of was self-fulfilling philosophy.
Well, listen, I am a pretty good judge of things. Although I will say, like
let's not go that far.
No, but like I will say the Steam Deck, like in the beginning, I did bash that, and then it ended up being like the most comfortable device.
Yeah, you remember you told me you didn't like it, and I had one, and all of a sudden he's the biggest proponent, telling me, Pete, install this, Pete, install that.
But the interesting thing with Evercade, like every handheld device they have, like it plays different. Like the D-pad is like very different.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Like when I did my unboxing, I still think the original Evercade, the OG, is probably the most comfortable out of all of the handheld devices.
Because it's a thick boy, yeah, and you got.
Well, it's just rounded more, and it's not as heavy. It just feels perfect. Like if they put just a new screen on that, like I think Crow did that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, for comfort wise, and maybe that's how you get a bigger screen one day. Is like maybe they take that old shell and get rid of the bezel and stuff.
Well, you know how you get a bigger screen on the original Evercade, the EXP? You plug it into a TV.
The VS controller, yes. That's
real handheld. Carrying around a 55-inch with your tablet. Crow always comes with the great suggestions.
Yes, and the logical ones too.
But listen, the other thing too, like, and I guess like, when I told this, I kind of complained, like I had like Paper Mario, like the reason, like for me, it was free. It's like
you only get $15 for that.
It went down, instead of
it's like $50 in Canada for that, so that's like $35 US.
Wait, which game? Paper Mario?
Paper Mario. The 1,000-Year Door on GameCube. That was about $15.
That was worth a lot of money at one point.
Am I so out of touch with GameCube?
So
games?
at the height of COVID, that would like retail like 120, 130, but it's gone down. You know,
Oh, he probably gave you 50% of what he can sell it for. Is that what he did?
That's yeah, but and then it used to be 100, yeah, for trade, yeah, but it's gone, but it's gone down. Like retro prices have gone down significantly recently.
Well, you shouldn't expect more than 50% of the store. So if he gave you 50%, that means he'll sell it for probably 35 or 40.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I said in the video.
Loose?
Like I didn't want to deal with eBay. Like I don't care. Like it was just sitting around gathering dust. I'm never gonna play. If I do want to play it, I still have my original Wii, and I can just load up the ISO.
Yeah, no, dude, it's not about like I was out of touch with the fact that it was $15. I'm like, because I don't really collect GameCube. I'm like, but I always thought that game was expensive. That's all.
Yeah, but that's the gift. So yeah, it was just kind of neat, just like seeing it there, and I like that they had like a healthy. I figured that place kind of would because they have like all like the Retron, and they have like other
if they sell, like, I like game stores that are like do a lot of different products. Like some will only ever do original retro games, but most of them now are diversifying out and got a bunch of like emulation stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't find the clip from that Evercast.
I was just curious,
but I said if
I still have it.
Yeah, I said if I could get it for free, I would trade. Yeah, I would. I would trade it in. But yeah, like I paid nothing for what it's. I think I got that like a GameStop like years.
Are you gonna get the Capcom one?
Let's the Capcom. I mean, I am glad though that I did get the Taito one for having the built-in games.
Yeah,
like the Capcom one, but yeah, no, I definitely want to.
Are we doing welcome in the chat? Because I got something we can talk about.
Yeah, comparison video. Let's say hi to people. We got Lloyd JRM. We got Archive Gig. We've got Rust. We got Rasta. We got Skilltrex. Ian Hobbies. Julian D. Channel member, Fan of Fiction. Nathan Foster. Jason Shears. Toxo. Something less boring. It's great. We got Labbity Pie. We got Jen Joke. We have Dynastic channel member. And we have Game Freak. I don't know, made me think of like Mind Freak. Like Chris Angel.
Or it makes me think of Pokemon is what Game Freak makes me think of.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
And we've built a Polygon treehouse. And we have Neilgan. Sorry if I said that wrong. And we got Dubs64. RNGB TV. I got Mike Nintendo Power. Long time no see. New icon there. We got Andrea. I'm sorry, Andre 4S. And we have Forge Ember. Woohoo.
Forgember.
Forgeber. The M is silent. Forgeber. So many people like there's like it's cool that like when you look at the chat, I remember a lot of these people from day one of the Evercast. Like it's pretty cool.
Yes. Oh, Pete just reminded me. I wanted to say that. Yeah, I'm now less than 50 subs away from 1K. So I'm like super.
For love of God, let's get him to 1K.
I know, right?
Well, then he'll just be talking about 10K.
Well, nobody here is going to help you get to 1K because they're already subscribed. So
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of the Super Pocket, I was thinking of something on Facebook. I was like talking to people on Facebook. I dropped the video there about the C64, and then I looked at another post about collections going away. People are asking, are you going to reprint, and asking Evercade, and Evercade was probably no, they're not reprinting certain collections. And I'm like, I wonder, will we ever see those licenses of those our old carts that aren't in print anymore become Super Pockets for them and get the license that way? Like, do you think that's something that they'll think about doing, or probably already thought about doing?
I'm sure
because
they're thinking
it's
about
interesting, right? Because they have a relationship with those companies. Say, hey, we don't want to create any more carts because they're probably going to make more money if they just do Super Pockets. You know what I mean?
Well, Gene Joke actually just posted exactly what I was suspecting. Maybe one of the next ones would be Namco.
Right. Yeah. And this turns into their new collectibles, collect them all, right? Like, because, I still think they need to come down in price, maybe $10, but 10 or $20. But I think that's probably they'll mix in some of the old with some of the new. Maybe.
If they do that, it would be perfect for naming the Pico Pocket, Pico 1 collection.
Yeah. Well, I think Namco 1 and 2 is perfect for it, for example.
Yes.
Right?
Well, here's the thing. It's like, do we really... I'm just kind of wondering if they're... Now that I'm thinking about that, like, why would they do a Namco Pocket? Like, if they did come out with a Namco Pocket, would purpose for anybody, any one of us, to get it.
No,
just because we could already
put.
Yeah, because we could already put the Namco collections in it because we have those. But
yeah, that would be like a new market, right? Like a new.
Yeah.
So,
but I think it's not a bad decision if they do that.
So here's what I think that they would have to do, because like with this screen, the the arcade versions of Pac-Man and the Miss Pac-Man, that's a whole nother license. Like those wouldn't play well. What I think that they would do is I think they would put out the Namco collections, Volume 1 and 2, that you can buy on every platform that are like all the NES versions of games. Like they might do that. Like that would be kind of that. Would be, but I own all those on PS4. I own all those on Steam. I don't think. I wouldn't buy them. I wouldn't buy.
Yeah,
them
well, you can say that with a bunch of the collections already, right? You can get a lot of those games elsewhere. But like, if they do that, I hope you would start seeing the secondary cart prices for certain things. Like, remember, Crow, last week we were on Games and Stuff. We were looking at prices for some of the collections.
Yeah, I was telling you, Techno's collection. Yeah, that's through the roof. I thought that was common knowledge.
Over $200 Canadian, and I'm like, God, I think I might sell some so I can put pay off my mortgage perhaps or something. Because I've got.
I agree with Dan on I still love the idea of having the the physical. I think for me, because see, for me, like, and that's what I don't want the arcade versions because they're going to be way too tiny because they're vertical. Unless they made the screen vertical, like it's gonna. Like
I still prefer a lot of the Atari versions of old arcade games, to be honest with you. Like Space Invaders, my favorite version is the Atari version. Hey, Ballistic Copy Boys in the house.
Hey, like here. Let me just show you that. Like the main reason, like the Miss Pac-Man version on the. I can get this to start. You probably can't see this, but the Miss Pac-Man version on the GBA, you can choose the option to scroll, and so what that does is the screen will move with you. I can.
Well, yeah, it scrolls up and down, right?
Yeah. There we go.
The only problem with that is that you can't see the entire board.
No, you can't.
Like you were intended to.
Yeah. No, but it's very. I just wanted to see how it moves with you, but it's very playable. That's all that it's very playable. But this I have to have like a lot better light. But so what's interesting though about something like this, and that I kind of wish the Super Pocket had, and I really wish what the EXP had, and that's like a real sleep mode. Like again, I know I talk about the Steam Deck, and I know it's a more expensive device, but on the Steam Deck you can literally press one button, and it resumes and it comes back. Just like your phone or anything. It's incredible. Like I kind of wish, because sometimes I just want to jump in a game and play it. And like this boots up like instantly, and sometimes, and this would be the same thing with other like handhelds. Like I feel like they take too long, but that is what's kind of neat though about having something like the Super Pocket. If I want to play it in bed, I don't want to boot up my Steam Deck. I don't want to wait for the Evercade. I just want to jump in and play some games and not have to think. But I wish we had a sleep mode. And so
I'm glad we don't have a sleep mode, because that would mean we wouldn't have the instant on off switch. We'd have to go with the momentary delay one for sleep mode. So. I'd rather just have deal with the save states than have a sleep mode.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the sleep mode on the EXP because I still haven't figured out when my thing is on or off.
Well, that's what I mean. That's a pseudo sleep mode. That just turns your screen off. It doesn't actually like save you any power that much, really. So it's kind of.
I'm just terrified. I make sure it's off now. Ever since my trip on the plane, I'm like, never again. I'm like, I'd rather have it completely off than overheating in my bag.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love the physical on off of the Super Pocket. Like it makes sense. Except it's reversed, so they need to fix that.
Yeah. I know that is weird, but
you should never be turning it on by moving it to the left. It should be on as to the right. Like that is I don't know how that slipped through QA.
I don't know. That doesn't bother me that much.
But it's not. But it's not good engineering. Like it's not good. Engineering, mechanical engineering.
Well, the other, and I'll talk more about it too.
Is Pete?
You know what? I got your solution.
In real life, maybe he is.
I have a solution for you, Pete. When you turn it on while you're have it backwards.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Yeah, upside down.
Right. Turn it on. It is weird to switch.
When you're looking at the cartridge, turn it on.
Solutions.
The other, and I'll talk. I'm going to dedicate talk more about it. But the other weird thing is,
oh my God, Lloyd, you're so right. That's me right here.
by accident,
Who else does
I've done that.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
like,
why I don't have this
most
behind
times
me
I'm
today.
happy I do it. Because
Well, it wouldn't even be a problem if they would do what the opposite way. You know how like you have to hold it to turn it off, but you just touch it to turn it on? Is that the way it is, or is it you hold it to turn it on?
I'll
can't remember
right
now.
But
if you have to hold it to turn it on,
mine's
why
under a Kleenex
is it turning on so quick?
The one thing you'll find out with the Super Pocket is as far as like where you put like what type of gamer you are. Like with me, I tend to like have my fingers more in the middle, make slight movements. But with this one, you really have to put your thumb at the end. Otherwise, you can get to a point where you can't move. Like you don't notice it as much in platformers, but it's weird. The other thing too I was going to say about Super Pocket, like the original Atari carts, like the 26, like those are tiny, but like the games that come with it, like Kiki Kai Kai, which I've been playing, I love that by the way, have bigger sprites. So the games that have bigger sprites look better, but the games with smaller sprites, not as much. So it's all kind of interesting. So I think like for some games the screen is good, some not. But
I dare you to play Sensible Soccer on it or Cannon Fodder.
Oh God. Because we are talking about carts and good things. Yeah, I will be curious what we do for next year for stuff. But I did want to talk with you all about the new cart that we just heard about. If there's any excitement or like if you have that MST3K clip where it's like the crowd goes wild, yay,
and the crowd goes wild,
yeah, yeah.
Well,
that was kind of my reaction.
There are people there are a couple of games on here that make this an instant buy for people.
Well, so
they've said so.
There is, but so here's one thing that I want to say right out, like right out the gate before we talk about the games. Right now, so and I don't know if Blaze does this on purpose, but the second half of the year, these 4 carts we've gotten have been a lot stronger, and so I feel spoiled by like the quality, the quality of the games and everything we've had. And what I mean by that, like the polish on the Dukes, Good Boy Gal, like getting some like real like higher end games, the Astabros, and then we already knew about Indie Heroes 3, so while it's still good, it's not as exciting. And then I feel like then they release this. Like for me, the hype,
and we got really good games on this one.
But for me though, the hype isn't there, and that's why like I didn't do.
Have you ever played Boulder Dash?
Boulder Dash, one of the best games of that generation. For that, I love Boulder Dash. That's probably
Boulder Dash is an instant buy. Yeah,
that's the only one that excites me on here. If we look,
no, there's a few that excites me. I'm interested in a couple of the sequels we'll play, Crow. Because there's
which ones?
Two sequels.
Oh, there's Cybernoid 2, which first Cybernoid was pretty good, and I never played either. So
yeah, me neither.
That'll be
interesting.
It's
the what do you call it? The one with the naked ladies in it. The sequel to that.
Oh, Stormlord is 2, the Revenge.
Stormlord 2, yeah.
But they're not the only sequels on here. We're talking
there's
about
a bunch of sequels. Even that Street Soccer looks pretty decent. I don't know.
Yeah, but I haven't really liked any of the street sports games so far.
No, but that one looks like NBA Jam style. Like,
yes. However, this is what happened with the street sports series is after the first 2 games, they actually went down in quality, and this is one of the last ones.
Well,
so
I'll tell you the other thing too is that like we just came out with the Home Computer Heroes. And, like for me, that's like the best computer collection I think that we've gotten so far. So that's like the quality of those games are just so good.
Yeah, but
and,
yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's so and I guess and I'll admit, growing up, I was mainly a console gamer. While I did play some computer games, like and maybe I'm definitely more biased because when it comes to on computer, when they try to make similar games to consoles on computer, like platformers and stuff, like the Dukes, right? If you press select, you'll see they added that scroll, like they made it so much more playable. And like older PC games kind of struggle.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that for these, right? They don't have the
we're just emulating them.
Old ROMs, but the breakdance looks crappy. I agree too, but I think Crow's going to love breakdance.
I don't know. What's funny is I need to re-listen to. There's a podcast called Sprite Castle, and they had an episode on breakdance, and it sounded interesting to me. I think it's a super simple game, but it might be good. It seems interesting to me. What I'm excited to see though too is Jumpman Jr. If you didn't know about Jumpman Jr., that's a sequel too, kind of to Jumpman.
Yeah, that's what I said like in my video. But I didn't really care for Jumpman 1.
Yeah, did they remove the annoying scene? That's
It's actually, here's the story behind Jumpman Jr. is Jumpman came out and it was on disc, but they wanted to put Jumpman on a cartridge, but Jumpman was too big to fit on a cartridge. So they made Jumpman Jr. It actually has less levels, but they're all different from Jumpman. So that's the story behind Jumpman Jr. So it's kind of like the same game, but it's different levels, and there's fewer levels.
Yeah, I'm just not a Jumpman fan. I know it's a
I really like Jumpman. I kind of like how the environment sometimes changes every time you grab a ring or something.
I mean, I'll give it a chance, but I mean, even with the best of it, I mean, still a lot of the games still they kind of have that stiffness if it makes any sense. Like they don't play like as smooth as with the except the Amiga though was.
You can control how fast Jumpman moves in.
Yeah, I'll have to see.
And what's funny is like the faster you make a move, the more points you can score. And then we've got what I was waiting for forever: Summer Games 2.
Oh God, yeah.
The last games.
When I saw that, the video was kind of distorted, right? Like right at that one.
I did notice that. I think that was just a video effect they did.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Summer Games. I was like, I saw that. I'm like, I have no idea. Crow, tell me if it's any good or not.
It's good. It's actually.
I was like, it's a quality controller.
But you want to know my prediction? I already have a prediction for a cart pairing with this, and what game you'd get with it.
Oh.
See, my prediction, and I said this in my video, but my prediction is, and I'll be very disappointed if they don't do this. You put in C64 Collection 1 and C64 Collection 3 in an Evercade VS, and the game you unlock is Summer Games 1+2.
That would make sense.
That's actually what you could do with Summer Games 2. You had Summer Games 2, and if you had Summer Games 1, you put the disc and you'd load it, and it'd say, hey, do you have Summer Games 1 as well? And you say yes. And then you could play the events from all the games all together.
That would
In fact, with the C64 Mini,
I mean, I don't like the Summer Games.
One of the 64 games they included was Summer Games 2, but that Summer Games 2 already included Summer Games 1 on it. So you could already play those together. You could already do that. So I mean, but that just kind of harkens back to the days where, I have both games, I can combine them together. So I kind of want them to do that with this.
So here's what's interesting. If Phantom, you bring up a good thing, like playing Jumpman Jr. and Coleco. Now that I think about it, when I played PC games, I didn't use a controller. It was always like a keyboard and mouse. So I think
you're thinking like PC. Don't think of the Commodore 64 like a PC. Think of it more of it's like more of a games console kind of computer. All these games used a joystick.
Yeah, and they use one button usually or something. Yeah,
they had one button, but every single.
I was just wondering because they feel like they were designed to use a keyboard and they were.
They were designed to run. You had to get them to run. You had to use stuff on the keyboard, like to load it and stuff like that. But the gameplays are all usually one button for most of them.
Actually, very, very, very early Commodore 64 games might have used the keyboards, but very quickly after release, they just kind of expected everybody to have a joystick.
Crow. Jason says if you're wrong, you have to shave off your beard.
I don't want to. I'm not saying.
I wouldn't want to make that bet either. Trust me.
No, I'm not saying this is what they're gonna do. I'm saying they really need to do this.
Cool, Crypto Coffee. So yeah, this is it. But I mean, so like, and if I'm being honest, like, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and I wasn't exploring and going through. Oh, Gandalf is here. Hey, Rich.
Oh, look at this. It's totally unexpected. I would have lost that bet.
Well, hello.
Trying to move you.
So I'm moving them.
There we go.
You just talk.
Moving them. No, we were just talking about welcome, Rich. We weren't sure if you were going to show up today, but no, I think with the computer collection, it's the one line that if I didn't have a YouTube channel, admittedly, like I would hold off on getting. Like I think I could, I would have gotten home computers one for sure. But that would be, but I want to go through and look at every cart and kind of get that feel.
But what have we haven't talking about yet? Cyberdyne Warrior. I don't really know much about that. Netherworld again. I really don't. know. A lot of these are using games. They were UK releases, so I'm not really familiar with.
Yeah, see that's
Oh, Paradroid though. Paradroid though was the other game people were saying that they would buy this collection for, and I don't know anything about Paradroid. Heavy metal Paradroid.
This?
I've heard. Yes.
You know what annoyed me? I said it in my review video, a reaction video. I wish these trailers would be longer. There's 4 games they had less than a second and a half, and I'm like, come on.
Well, here's the thing, though. Nothing really stops you from looking up YouTube and
but I'm lazy. Hello. You think, but, dude, I did that video at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was just getting up and starting my day, and I'm like, oh, because I follow Evercade on Twitter, and I'm like, oh wait, C64. I'm like, why are they pumping C64 too? And I'm like, oh, number 3. So I did that video half asleep, and I'm like, it annoyed me. It really annoyed me that they continue to do that. Like, come on, give us at least 10 seconds.
I've heard of Paradroid, and people keep saying that's a really good game. It's one of their favorite games, so I'm looking forward to trying that one out.
Yeah,
I'm going with this open-minded. But here's the thing. That was my first reaction. I'm like, oh, we're starting off the year with this. This took up a slot of like the 12 to 14 slots.
Nah, dude, you gotta play Boulder Dash. They led with Boulder Dash, man. That had.
Yeah, you got to be like, all right, I get to play Boulder Dash.
Well,
it's the last slot of the year, though. It's not the first slot. This is the cart that comes along the side.
Yes, it's paired with Indie Heroes 3.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing, though. For me, though, like Chip's challenge on the links was more like nostalgic and just the different games of that.
Sure, I mean nostalgia. Like, you got to be careful, right? Like, when you give it, like when we give opinions on stuff, it's all just our opinions, right? So Evercade's trying to please the masses with this, right, and try to go wide. So I don't know.
Well, I'm glad they're filling a hole because they're summer games too. Now, finally, all the games are on the Evercade from the
great, yeah.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, I know. That's kind of my.
I like those games, all right?
Listen, I might be
If
surprised.
you guys have Atari VCS, there's a really good Boulder Dash game on the VCS. Updated version of one.
Oh yeah, there's been tons of versions of Boulder Dash, but this is
the Boulder Dash Deluxe on the VCS.
Yeah, the one on VCS.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But yeah, that's the original Boulder Dash.
So, Rich, I know you've been busy with a lot of things. What was your first impressions when you heard this announcement?
Well, my first impressions was all right, cool. We're getting more computer collections, and then I was like, wow, we got to 6. And we're already at 3 for one of the computers, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm all right. I'm all right with it as long as they're, because these are all again games that are mostly like a discovery for me. I played a couple of these, I think, when I was a kid at my uncle's house because he had a C64 and I didn't. I had an Apple IIe clone and then an IBM. X86 and then 286, etc. Oh, thanks, RMGB. I don't know. I mean, I guess for these, I'll have to wait and see. I mean, Boulder Dash is cool, getting that, and I agree with Pete. I actually like the Boulder Dash on Atari VCS, so it'd be cool to see, kind of like getting in and seeing the like the original and looking at that kind of stuff. But to be honest, I didn't really get a chance to dig in to the video or even the blog post because as that was coming out, it's another one of those things where I know Blaze doesn't know, but they always seem to get me on like the most inopportune times to look at anything ever for news. So all this drops as I'm basically packing up to come home. So like we're like loading the car and all this is happening. I was like, well, I'm on the road all day tomorrow, so I guess it's just a thing that's gonna happen. And then we'll talk about it today. So so I'm glad. Obviously you guys have been talking about it, and I literally just got finished pulling stuff out of the car.
I figured. I figured, but yeah, that's why I didn't do a separate reaction. I knew we'd talk about it, and there's other. We're like inundated with carts and so many things, but yeah, I feel spoiled with the
here's the thing.
The Good Boy and the Astabros. Like, man, those dual carts. I feel so spoiled.
I don't even think we're done seeing these Commodore 64 collections, not anytime soon. And I'll tell you why. C64 Mini has 64 games on it, and they're all from the same people like the Usin and Epix games that we're seeing in these Commodore 64 collections. I was listening to a podcast, and the guy that actually selected the games for the C64 Mini, he had a list of 400 games to go through to pick out 64. So I'm willing to bet they have the same rights to the same 400 games or so that they had. So if they need another computer collection, they'll just pick another 13, 14 games, put them on a cartridge, and then we've got C64 collection 4, then 5, then 6.
Listen, yeah, it's an easy license. They know we're going to buy it no matter what. So it's yeah. No, and I have a sneaking suspicion. We talked about like games. I mean, I have a sneaking suspicion now, since Atari's kind of doing its own thing. We may not see another. It's kind of funny. Like, will we see another Atari collection? Maybe not, because they're who knows.
I don't see why not. Yeah, they're doing their own thing, but again, it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, the 2600 plus, and they are re-releasing games, and they're releasing new games for that, but I don't see any reason why they can't, why they wouldn't make those games available on other platforms as well.
Yeah. Thank you for Forge member. That's my single. Yeah, that's my thing. Quality over quantity. That's why I said I feel there's just something cool about just having a physical cart of games that are either difficult to play other places or games that are on Steam, like the Asta Bros, like having that in a physical dual. There's just something like really neat about that. So yeah, that's kind of my mindset. Like, give me just if they gave nothing but those dual carts, I'd be happy. I don't think.
Oh, would you have been happier if there was only 2 games on this cart?
Well, that's where that's where I said like it's like something like this, like you can't they're not those kind of games where you can do that, in my opinion. Like they need to be like real bangers.
Summer Games 2 and Paradroid. There you go. That's your collection.
Oh god. I mean, I'll try it, but yeah, like this racing game Super Cycle might be kind of neat. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. That seems really cool, and that's an Epic's game too. So I'm looking forward to trying that one too.
Epics don't make too many bad games, really.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know people are probably tired of Epics on C64, but most of the really good ones were Epic games.
Well, that's kind of the other thing. The Home Computer Heroes. That.
Well, I don't know if you knew this, but Epix, they're the ones that actually made the Atari Lynx.
Oh yeah, because they have a few. Yeah.
Huh.
That makes sense.
Because
I did not know that.
they were going out of business. They were losing money, and they made this handheld. They were going to call it the Handy Boy.
Yeah.
And they wound up selling it to Atari, that renamed it the Lynx.
Dude, I would die in happiness.
And that's why a lot of the games on those Atari. That's why a lot of games on Atari Lynx are from Epix. That's why California Games is on there. That's why was Chip Challenge one of those games? One of those collections has nothing but Epix games on it, I think.
Yeah, the one that has chips is probably a lot of. Isn't that 2? It's collection 2.
I can't remember.
It's California Games, Chip Challenge, Todd's Adventures Slime World, which I don't know if that's an Epix, but
Blue Lightning, I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah,
Blue Lightning, I think
Mercenary, is. Checkered Flag, Electro Cop, and Gates of Zenigon.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with Genjik. Well, so for me, there's different like the whole thing with Evercade is experiences. There are some collections that I enjoy it for the first time, given my first impressions, that I don't go back to, and there's other things that I do. Like I said, I have not powered on my Steam Deck except to update the Atari collection to take a quick peek at it. Like I've been playing a lot of stuff on the VS2 and then Super Pocket before bed, or just in
that's the interesting thing. Sega did announce they were working on new games based on Crazy Taxi. And what if the whole twist to the whole thing was that they were a new original native games for the Evercade?
Oh my god, dude, that would be epic. That would be epic.
No, this is Epix. That would be great. But
dude, yeah, that would just be incredible.
But no, I'd probably not. They're probably going to release those games as many platforms as possible. But that would be funny. I'd laugh for 3 days, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this will definitely be interesting. We'll see with the collection 3, and then we'll be the first one to go to a collection 4, probably.
I don't know about that. Depending on the reaction we get to this, they might wait a while before doing a 4.
I mean, this is in pretty quick succession, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Toxo. That's how I feel. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a follow up to the computer collection one. I really need to do a follow up also too, for Void, because that game is that's a whole nother experience. But that's kind of what I'm going to be doing, switching off now. Speaking of experiences, and of course polls and whatnot, I can get to the freaking stupid banner. I was just curious to ask people, because my gaming habits with Evercade have changed. You know, what have people mainly been playing on? And I kind of say that because for a while, and I guess I switch around. Like it was like exclusively everything on the EXP, and then it was kind of like a hybrid of, okay, you know, hanging out. If we're as a family, we're just kind of chilling. We're all on our phones, have stuff in the background. Then it was, you know, still on the EXP, and then later at night go to the game room on the VS. Now it's just kind of been more of just more on the VS. I don't know. So 34%. You know, we got 87 votes, which is great. A lot of people. 87 votes. 34% people said EXP. 43 still VS. 16% Super Pocket. 6% OG handheld. So there is that. And then I just always put something else. And somebody like, yeah, the VS is all I use. Perfect console. VS is my number one. I like the controllers. Multiplayer. I've been out of the house using the Super Pocket. I currently don't have one, doing my research, which is great. See, I love that. That's awesome to hear, Colin. And yeah, he's right here in the Evercast. So and that's what's great. I love that we have, you know, people who are considering getting into the Evercade ecosystem. They have EXP all the way, baby. And then I'm hesitant to buy one because I can play most of the games on the Switch. And then I'm like, it's not for everyone. I don't know if that's true, most of them, but you know, it's different experiences, right? Like it kind of just depends what you want out of it. And Evercade, the big thing is physical media. We know Pizza Handheld Gamer. I don't know, what have you guys mainly been? No, he's going to say EXP Super Pocket. What have you guys mainly been playing on?
PC.
Evercade games. You're like, yo, no, I plug it in.
Well, for Evercade, it's the VS.
Yeah, I play most of mine on VS too, because it's where I'm at most of the time. When I'm playing games, it's usually here or in the other studio now. So like that's where I play games mostly. But I will say this: it was very, very helpful and handy to have both my EXP and my Super Pockets when we went on the trip, because you know, like they were all able to be played in a bunch of different ways, which was awesome. So that was cool. Did enjoy some of that while I was away.
Yeah, 100%. Ooh, Time Eternal got it on the Switch and stuff. No, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. I will be doing a follow up to Full Void, because Full Void is it's different than anything else that I've ever played on as far as experience wise. But the dilemma of something like that is, for me, like I never would have paid $20 for a game like that digitally, that I knew would just be kind of like a one-time experience. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's just, yeah. For me, I'm a lot more picky about like digital games, because they just kind of get lost. I don't know. Like for a physical thing, at least then I'm like, you have something. But I like the convenience of it. So it's kind of crazy. 500 games. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you could maybe play maybe like a third of them. I know there's definitely ones you can't, but to each their own. I forget who posted saying for the Taito collection they're playing on the PS2 versions and all that. So yeah, you know, again, it's however people like the way that they play is all that really matters. So yeah, I always appreciate people participating in the polls and whatnot. So yeah, do you guys want to? No, you guys kind of want to do a chillin' chat.
Yeah, man.
Rich vanished. Yeah, he's gotta turn up his lighting. Oh,
yeah, it's because it's bright outside.
Oh, okay.
No other light in the room except for my little lamp right here, so I'm getting flooded from the back. it's the curse of doing anything midday. So like again, when there's like news lines and stuff that happens, I always look like this because like there's 3 bays of windows in this room. It's a sunroom. The office that I'm in. So there's 2 double panes right in front of me, 2 double panes right here, right beside me, and then the 2 double panes back there. So it's like light everywhere. I need to get some like blackout curtains or something like that, and then it'll probably work. But
I hear you. Man. Yeah, just funny when you were like picking something didn't see it. No, I'm not going to say anything more about Full Void, but I've never done this before in a video, and I'm still debating when I talk about Full Void what I might do, because like I really want to talk about the ending, but I don't want to spoil it. I might save that for the end, and I might tell people, say, hey, this is a spoiler. I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to turn back if you. I might do that. Then that way, it's like I give people fair warning, because those who have completed it may share in that. But then I would hate to do that. Have somebody not buy the game, but it's a.
I'm really actually excited and intrigued to get into Full Void, because the more I hear people talking about it, the more I'm getting a vibe, like the same kind of vibe that happened, and obviously maybe to like a different extent because of the way that the game plays or whatever. But I'm definitely getting distinct vibes of like Flower and Journey and like that game company games when people talking about this. And the reason I'm getting that vibe is because it's like, here's this game kind of came out of nowhere for this particular platform. It's a different experience, and it's meant to just kind of like, you're meant to just kind of hang and just kind of chill and just go with the flow here. And then that's awesome to me, because there are a couple games that you can just kind of chill and hang out with on the Evercade, but maybe not one that is narrative driven, and that's cool to me. I'm very excited about.
Well, all I'm gonna say, Rich, is kind of like, if you liked Another World, but like you want to kind of take out those frustrations.
Yeah.
And if you have like nostalgia for like Dragon's Lair, kind of in that, like maybe when it goes to cuts, you have to like interact and you like puzzle solving, and it provides, it gives me like kind of like the same feeling of just kind of being able to like sit back and like watch like a really good show, but you can actually control it.
Yeah.
I only had to look up two. There were only 2 times where I got stuck that I really had to like look up, and it was like stupid once I saw. But it's just, it's a unique experience. Now that's gonna is it something like a score chasing game or something else that I'll go back to and play again? No. But it's a unique experience. Like I want to see more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like on that. But one of y'all need to complete it so I can like talk about the ending with you offline. But yeah.
You know what? Yeah. You know, I've heard it's not terribly long.
4.5. It took it took me 4.5 hours. If you look at walkthroughs of like an hour and 25, but yeah, it took me 4.5 hours. You can do it in a couple sessions.
All right.
You will get sucked into it. My God, that's what's.
If you do it fast enough, and you want
the controls are tight, the art style. There's just something like really. There's just something like really neat.
Well, I was gonna say, if you're thinking about wanting to do like a spoiler cast or something like that,
yeah,
I know that we joke about it being called Evercast 2 all the time, but
spoiler cast.
We could do a spoiler cast on this game over there, and that way it's not on your channel, and people don't have to be afraid of going to spoilers, and we could put spoilers everywhere.
We might have to do that.
Just a spoiler, and then just talk about that for a little bit. That'd be kind of cool. It actually pushed me to put this cart back in and go. I put it in just to see like all the cool, pretty things that will happen while I was out on the trip. And then I was like, you know what? I just can't right now just sit there and go through this. But so I took the cart back out.
It is something that you do want to, like, listen, you do want to play, not be distracted. Like for a certain type of game, like for the Dukes, I love to just like sit back, play them on the TV, crank up the volume, like in the game room, otherwise, and it's just like there's just something like super neat about like super neat about that. Nothing else. When you play that game, every now and then press select, and it's just like, my God, you see like how much of the improvements they made. Like I could never, like I'll be curious to hear y'all's opinions. Like if they just released it without the remaster, it would have been weak sauce. Like I just, like, I could not.
For Duke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm just thinking, like imagine like Commander Keen. I'm like, oh my God, if every year they just like took like an old good like DOS game and remastered it, like, dude, that would be. That would be freaking incredible. I do need to dive more into Atari 50 since the update, but I've just been like...
Yeah, I literally just downloaded it while we were doing this. I turned on my VCS because I was like, well, that's going to be a lot of stuff that's happening right over here. And it is. I went in to look at the store. There's like 3 or 4 new games. I need to pick those up. And then and I see all of the update icons on all these different titles, and I'm like, all right, well, let me just sit here and hit the button.
Dude, you're gonna be be behind because like we have so I've been able to discipline myself with the new cards. Like I've mainly been focused on the Dukes 1 and 2. I dabbled a little bit into the Astabros, like the first one, and now I just want to finish like the second Duke so I can dive more into that. But I haven't been like all over. I haven't been all over the place. Good Boy Galaxy, since I beat the first thing, like that's at a point now where because I didn't want to I needed to complete at least because some of those like Metroidvania type games, if you're in the middle of it, you come back, you're like, what the hell do I do? So I'm like, okay, now that I've beaten the level, I can like pick where I want to go on the map. So that I'm going to save.
Nice.
And then the Taito games have just been kind of like a jump in, and that's why I don't have this behind me, because I'm like, you know what, I've been like kind of keeping it by my bed if I just want to jump in, and that's kind of what I like. Kiki Kai is really really good on, like, that's it. You throw like ninja stars, but it really feels like a shoot 'em up, but it's different.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, or I like to see how far can I get in Bubble Bobble. It's just kind of
nice.
Now the one thing is I think like a while ago on past Evercast, did Ryan tease and say at some point they were gonna do dip switches, and at some point they were gonna like add like save scores. I really want that on the Super Pocket, because one feature that I desperately miss that's on like the ESE, like being able to load into a save state, you really appreciate that. Like I wanted just to be able to save my high scores, like just save my high scores for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty pretty cool.
Has anyone here actually received an Atari 2600 Plus? Does anyone?
Yeah, I have. I have. I made a video. Yeah, I've got. I actually scrapped the 4-hour. I filmed a video for 4 hours. I had 4 hours of footage, and I scrapped the video because I don't want to edit this, and nobody's gonna watch it. I literally made a 4-hour video trying out every cartridge I had on the Atari 2600 and see what worked and what didn't work.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I was like, nope, I'm not making this video.
That's hilarious.
4 hours, dude. Yeah. No, it's kind of it's neat. Various people have like made videos, test cool fan of fiction.
Well, it comes down to a couple things. Some of the games that they say work technically do work, but you can't play them because like the driving controller doesn't work on it, the keyboard controllers don't work on it, the only joystick and paddle controllers work. Like anything else doesn't seem to work with it.
That's weird.
So
that should definitely be something that's a firmware updatable thing, though.
Yeah, it's like
what I think is great about let's talk about Crow's video. I know this is Evercast, but Atari. One thing I think is great that Crow did that I didn't see other people do is he tested the new carts and the new paddles like on original hardware to kind of compare. And what's interesting is, and like you showed the inside of the paddle, like the newer paddles, like are well better, like a lot better made. But what's interesting though is you commented like like you noticed a difference enough from the emulation of the 2600 Plus, and I'm like, would I notice that, or would it be, or would it? And I've heard other people.
Yeah, I noticed like it didn't feel quite right. The paddles didn't feel quite right on the VCS. Like I tried original paddles on the 2600 Plus, and I tried the paddles that I bought with it, and I was like, they both feel the same. Let me try these on like original hardware, and those new paddles work fantastic.
Yeah, you're like, just buy the
original hardware. I was like, if you're looking for new paddles, this is where to get paddles.
Yeah, nice. But for me, it kind of goes back to that whole thing of do I need to, for Atari? Do I need to play using like a like I don't say original hard, but like original controller, like original controllers and stuff. And I'll be curious to see what Evercade does this year. Will we get an Atari Collection 3? Will we not? will we get an Atari Enhanced Collection in Evercade? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'll be curious.
It would be cool.
And then the game station, since they just came out with their update, like now, like they made improvements, added like manuals, and now they actually added subfolders. So it's like, I don't know. So there's like we have like so many different ways to play stuff. And before the new collections, I was playing like a lot of that like Atari stuff on my Steam Deck with retro achievements, which is pretty cool. So it's so many. Now I will say when I did go into Game Over Games and I had in mind like getting this, because I did bring my Game Boy and all that, I was like, well, if they didn't have this, if they did have a 2600 plus, I'm like, part of me was like, if I could trade everything for that, maybe. But it'll be interesting. I think at some point we'll have that Atari will drop to be like 99. Atari Plus will drop to be like $99, and I think too it depends on if you have a collection already. I think that's like if I already had like a collection of all those games, then it would have been a no-brainer. But if you don't, then you have to kind of, everyone kind of has to decide, and that's for me always a topic. Do I need to play on the actual carts? Can it be played elsewhere? I mean, if I didn't have an Evercade, definitely, like 100%, I would be getting that. But it's
with the Atari 2600 Plus, I still don't know why they wouldn't have done something hardware-based instead of going with emulation. That still kind of baffles me, because you'd think it'd be pretty easy these days to actually rebuild a 2600 with parts rather than using emulation. Then it would have been 100% compatible with everything.
Yeah, for 130. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That was you're talking about that too. Ballistic. He has 400 cards. Hey, you're gonna have a.
That's awesome.
You're gonna have a field day like you need like.
I'm kind of right.
Remember those like old like CD those like CD like things you could put like 5 CDs in and put it in the automatic disc changers. Like he needs one of those for like an Atari. Like he needs like the Robbie the Robot hand. Like
those things. Yeah, they do have that.
There's a 10 cartridge one, right?
Oh,
I don't remember how many there are, but you just select a button as to which one. I had one of those for the Commodore 64. You put 3 cartridges in it, and you push the button which one you wanted to access.
Okay. Mr. Shu is saying Atari. Oh, like at some point they'll have like a $99 package. I think that's what he means.
Mr. Shu, are you talking about the Power Mega remix when that comes out?
He said Atari Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, does he mean it like elaborate on that.
Maybe the Atari 2600 Plus will go to 99 when the remix comes out, because that's also the same time that the rumored Atari module for the Power Mega is supposed to come out too.
That's right.
Which now that the Plus exists, I'm like,
So let me ask you guys this:
I don't know if I actually need that, but I'll probably get it anyway.
Like if they had like just an Atari 2600 where you couldn't do the 7800 games and it was like it was like $50, like that might. I mean, I'm glad the compatibility.
If they would have done real hardware, I would have been more happy with that. With them ditching the 7800 stuff, just 2600 stuff. Yeah, I would have been fine with that.
Yeah, me too. Actually, like because then it's running on real hardware, right? So.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that because I welcome the 7800 compatibility. For me, that like the 2600 is like the main like nostalgia for me on it. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
And John Hancock said that the Harmony cart would work, but only if you had one ROM in it. And I tried that and it didn't work. So I wonder if I have a different version of the Harmony cart or something.
Oh, different firmware,
because I have a Harmony Encore, I think it's called. And I tried putting just one ROM on it and it did not work. So I don't know like how he got it to work.
Nice, yeah. No, I like how this turns into Atari chat, which is great. Because when it's on,
it's also a little bit disappointing that you have to turn it on and wait for it to boot up too, rather than just turn it on and be right in the game like the original hardware.
Yeah, there's definitely some things, but who knows though? Maybe those will be fixes. Maybe they're
not going to be able to fix that. As long as it's emulation, it's going to have to boot.
That's true. It'll take it a second. Yeah, as Mr. Shu is saying, I think that's what I think it is. Like the difference is it's not like an analog product. Like if this was put out by Analog, it probably would be like $200, and you would have that's what I was. This is something more like for the masses, and so. But now with the latest update for the game station, you can pretty much just like. easily like play every, if you're going to go ROMs. But yeah, I think it's great that we have all these different, all these different options, like literally for everything. And of course, like Atari 50th anniversaries on everything. So it's like so many options and all that.
For sure.
It's not on Evercade.
Not yet.
Right.
We got a little bit farther away from the main topic of the cast.
Yes.
Of course. Well, when it gets to be like after 50 minutes, then we can do that. Just like calling all retro gamers, when it gets to like 50 minutes, then we can talk about Evercade.
Just start talking about Evercade, yeah.
yeah.
That's the flip flop.
That's kind of the rule. I mean, if the chat's like vibing it. I mean, I think when we've gone off topic, like we still have like 40 people here. I haven't had anyone say, no, don't talk about Atari, go back to Evercade. So it's like, as long as the chat is like vibing it, there is like Atari stuff, I'm fine with that. Now, if we like talk about like just hot dogs or something.
Well, there's not like there's no Atari on the Evercade. There's tons of Atari stuff on the Evercade. So
yeah,
right?
Not Atari 50
everywhere.
Yep.
No, but there's enough. Like we have Food Fight, Aqua Adventure. There's like centipedes and all that type of stuff. So we have
and the Circus Atari too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, and then Save Mary. That's right. Actually, no, Save Mary. I wanted that was not on the. It's obviously not on Evercade, but that was one of the new homebrew ones that excited me. Was Save Mary. That looked pretty.
That's not a homebrew. Cool. That's an original game. I think that was never released, like Aqua Venture.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, man, that really looked ahead of its time. Because, like I see, like I guess, like Mary walks back and forth, and you have to drop the things and that hit her, and she has to like get up the thing to escape. Is what it looks like. It would be cool.
I bought one of those. I got one of those coming.
Wait, Circus Atari's not on a collection?
No, it's not.
Huh.
Yeah, because wasn't that initially a paddle game? So I'll be curious to see.
Stop them from putting paddle games on there. There's plenty of paddle. In fact, there's Steeplechase didn't even work right because the paddle didn't work.
Oh wow! Thank you, Mr. Sheeran. Wow, you made my day. He says Karg is one of his favorite things on the internet. Wow, on the internet, not just wow during an Evercast. That's cool, dude. Well, we're happy to have you be a part of it.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Oh man,
Evercade. The Evercade arcade. I hope we do see more Evercade arcade in 2024.
I want to be able to link my 3 Evercade VSs together and have access to 6 cartridges at once.
Actually, cool. I tell you, like,
that would be awesome to have like an adapter for the VS where you just stick cartridges in there.
So that would be. I'll tell you, if I had soldering skills, I'll tell you what project I would work on before that, and that would be what I would call the EverDeck, and that would be I would order like one of the Steam Deck aftermarket cases, have a bigger screen, but then you would have to do like some serious you would have to like do some serious soldering and cutting of the boards, and kind of like what they do like with GameCubes and stuff. Like, could you actually, or just or maybe make it simpler? Could you just like take the guts of the pocket and put that like in a a little bit of a bigger screen? Like that would be so cool too. Like I would love that.
But putting a bigger screen, attaching a bigger screen to the pocket probably isn't that big of an issue because that'd be pretty easy actually. It'd be building a new case for it.
See, because I want more here's what's interesting, and it'll be my comparison video, but like even though the Game Boy Advance and all that is the same size, there's more there's enough. You guys can't see this, obviously. There's more real estate for my hands. I know I'm covering like up between the buttons down. Like there's more real estate for my hands. Because wondering, I'm like, why is the Game Boy Advance like slightly more comfortable? And it's because for me, there's a little bit more real estate, and so that's
Well, you're looking at SP. Some people say that the original Game Boy Advance is more comfortable than the Game Boy Advance SP, especially when
it is. No doubt it is.
Yeah, that's me. That's me saying that. It is a million times more comfortable.
Yeah, a million times. But
it's wider, so.
Or, dude, if you could put the Evercade pocket like in this form factor, with one of these IPS screens, and the fact that it folds up, like, dude, that would be incredible too, because it would be like that much more bigger. So yeah. A barcade, yeah. But that would be a fun project to see if somebody could make like an. I mean, it's one of those things where you buy like an arcade 1-up or something cheap, and then you get like the decals made, and you paint it, and then I don't know, you just like daisy chain either a bunch of VSs or cannibalize a bunch of OG. I don't know, try to make it a slot players. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. 8-player multi-tap for micro machines. Yeah, that would be pretty neat. Oh, actually, yeah. You know what? Rich could actually test that if you plug a VS into the
Oh, I could absolutely do that.
No, I'm gonna say no, because, well, maybe. Can you plug a USB controller into the At Games Legends and use that controller?
Yeah, I mean, there's a USB slot.
Yeah,
I believe. I'm trying to think. I think I could even do it on the At Games Legends pinball. You can plug the VS into the At Games Legends pinball, and then yes, you could do that totally.
Yeah, so you might just have to.
You would just need a USB A to USB A adapter.
Oh, just plug it into the USB port.
Yeah, you plug into controller port 1 and then plug. That would work. Yeah.
Yep.
I believe it would. It would have to be able to detect it. But
I have an A here somewhere. I should do that.
Dude, you should totally make a video and like pop in test it out with the Evercade cards. Oh, that would be would be awesome.
Oh man, then I'm just gonna want fighting games though. Like the next 3 collections. So just like, oh, I want, like go back to Capcom and I want them and SNK and Midway. Well, whoever NetherRealm's WB now, right?
Yes. What?
So we get all those. That would be the next thing.
Dude, that would be cool. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like the dual carts, whether the dual and single games, whether it's emulation or native, like I'm looking forward to that the most next year, and then arcade. So like for me, the perfect collections would be like for every 2 months, have something like an arcade, have my kind of jump in, jump out, score chase fun, and then package something like a Full Void or the other dual carts that we've gotten, so you can kind of have both of an experience where you can sit down. I know that's not going to happen, but
some of you are still human.
If I was in charge, that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
I'd still like to see Commodore 64 collection with just EA games on it.
Well,
Mail Order Monsters, Racing Destruction Set, Archon 2, Skyfox, like the list goes on and on.
That would be totally neat, though.
But if they do that, I want to see like Mutant League football and
no, not that one.
Mutant League hockey.
Oh, Accolade. Let's get Law of the West on there. Come on.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Well, there was rumors about Accolade, though.
Yeah.
Like sometime in the mid-year this year, people were talking about it, and they were like, "Oh, maybe."
Got to have Racing Destruction Set.
Oh, very tired.
Why not have? Since we got save states, pinball. No, these are Commodore 64 games.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Oh, okay.
They released them like they were vinyl records.
Oh, dude, that's really cool.
We don't need music instruction set, but Marble Madness on Commodore 64. But we got to have Mail Order Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Demon Stalkers was a good one. We could probably do without Chuck Yeager, but
dude, any version of
Archon 2 and Archon. We gotta have Archon.
Yeah. A lot of people love Archon.
Yeah.
And there's somebody announced something like that, right? Somebody's working on Archon 2.
Oh, there is an Archon 2. And then there was a fake Archon 3 out there. There was an Archon remake for Windows a while back, a long time ago. I wouldn't be surprised. Like a new Archon fan-made project could come out anytime, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
dude, what would be if we're talking about like EA, like another like sports Nuzlocke? Like I know this would like never happen, but like if we had got like the NBA Jam cart and it had like
that would be awesome.
Yeah, like the regular, the tournament edition. If that was all it had on it, I would be or like the three, like just a dedicated, and you could get like a special edition. Oh my god! And then like imagine playing that by yourself on the Super Pocket World. That'd be funny. But yeah,
Oh,
that would be.
I found a game for C64 Collection 4, Championship Wrestling from Epix.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat chess. The boxes. Yeah, I didn't. I want to say maybe you've showed us that, but yeah, that's really like I love that art. I love how they did that like vinyl. That looks so cool.
Well, they did that on purpose, and if you open them up, they the people who made the game, they portrayed them like the artists, like you in a rock album or whatever. They dressed them up. They did weird stuff. Like here, let me see if I can find a good. I think a good example is like Racing Destruction set. So. Like
there we go, Rich. We can see you. Yay!
You have that, and then you've got like them in the corner over here. Like they obviously dressed up and posed for that picture. That's the game designers.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, like an old rock
that's
album.
good
Yeah.
times.
That's funny, man.
Marble Madness even had a good one because you open it up and they're like running away from the marbles.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess like the other thing I kind of feel the cart like again, like we already knew about Indie Heroes 3. I was thinking like if they did do like another arcade, like another Technos, that would still excite me. I don't know. I was kind of hoping though, kind of going back to that the new year we start off strong with another like dual or single cart. I don't know.
Well, you never know. They could very well do that.
Yeah.
Because remember, their year starts. I'm going to keep banging this drum. Their year starts in April.
You better make the most out of this.
At the new fiscal. So like this is the end of the year, their fiscal year. Even though
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think I figured it out. I think Pete's playing the Thing pinball and Pinball M.
What are you saying?
The Thing pinball?
Are you playing the Pinball M?
Not saying anything. Why? How'd you know that? Oh, on Steam.
Yeah,
No,
I
you
could
can
hear
hear
it. I could hear it coming, and I was like, that dialogue sounds familiar. What is that?
Oh,
You're playing-
yeah. Sorry, I didn't know my mic was open. Yes. Yeah, no, I'm addicted to that. That's a thing most people don't know about me. I'm a huge video pinball player. That's how Crow and I got to know each other. It's like I used to watch his videos well before. So.
Also, I introduced you to the Thing pinball on
Yes, last week's game and stuff. Yeah.
and
So we'll talk more about that tomorrow, Crow.
Since you did open the door to pinball, especially for those of you who are horror fans, go ahead and YouTube search for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre pinball trailer. Oh my god,
Is that a new one?
Yes, I was blown. I was blown away by that, especially when they showed like the cutscenes, like on the monitor, like they did it right. Like, and I love like Halloween, and this maybe got me more excited, but yeah.
Who's making that one? Spooky Pinball?
Yes, spooky. Yeah, for like I kid you not, like for me, like if I was like a millionaire retro collector, pinball machines, I would so, oh my god, I would so dive into that world.
You don't need to be a millionaire. They're not that much.
Oh yeah, have 8 to 10 grand just like lying around for the new,
And some of those like real, some of those tables are like close to what I pay for my car.
Yes, yeah, dude. And if you want the top, like, oh my god, if you want the toppers, like that's like an extra grand. Yeah, so that's, and what's nuts that I found out like from like Retro Ralph, he has the Godzilla machine. He buys like there's like a lot of like aftermarket where people will make like better models of the Gods. Like you can totally mod these things out. So there's like, oh my god, there's like so much.
Yeah, I could.
It's a very expensive hobby.
I could easily spend another $700 putting in new lights and stuff for the Star Trek I got.
Yeah. That's why, Rich, like you were saying, yeah, it's like getting another car, like investing in a pinball. But like I want to like the Elton John one, which looked amazing. That was like started like at 12 grand or something stupid like that. It's like, oh my god.
They usually start at around. Well, if we're looking at Stern, their cheapest ones usually start at around $7 grand now, but the premium ones are usually around 10 grand.
But yeah, that's why I was like, just like money just to throw at stuff. Yeah, but then you have to have also the space. But it's
that's the whole point of money, to throw at stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hope for more arcade, big publisher. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe since Sega is doing the, they're working on that other stuff, that maybe give us some retro things would be nice. That Sega was supposed to be cool. Please, I want to have that thumbnail. Sega does what Nintendo don't on Evercade. Please, please.
I'm just thinking of that episode of The Simpsons where they're in the future and Bart's like, "What happened to you, Sega? You used to be cool."
Oh my God, that's right. That's right.
Did you hear the? Did you guys hear the announcement about Sega too?
Yes.
Yes, they four games they're remaking or making new games.
They're getting back
They're
in.
making new franchises on And
I don't know if you were here when I said it, but I said, what if the twist was they were making new versions of those games to be native on the Evercade? That was the twist.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, but the cool thing though is they're revisiting those properties, so they might be willing to talk to people that are like trying to bring more light to those retro properties, and that might mean things for 24. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Better late than never, but at least
But even still, any kind of opportunity to see all those kind of things. Like if Sega was just like, oh yeah, we don't care about our retro stuff, we're not doing anything with it, then it's like, all right, well, then they might not be willing to even talk.
What were those 4 games? Because I don't think one of them. The one I would have liked to see was Space Channel 5.
Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Crazy Taxi, and Shinobi. Those are the 4.
Oh, not Space Channel 5.
No, not yet. Anyway.
No, dude, that's way out there. But yeah, I know. Like on our other podcast, we'll probably all dive. We'll definitely dive, and we'll definitely
dive into we'll talk.
Yeah, Jason. I don't think that'd be very likely, but it'd be funny.
Yeah. But yeah, well, things are winding down a little bit. But no, this is good. I'm glad, Rich, you've been able to join us. I know you've been having a lot of things going, on and all.
Yeah, I mean, it's these are the things in life that happen.
Yeah,
and then you do the other things, and then it's fine. But but yeah, no, it was good. It was good to see. It was good to see family, and be with them. It was yeah. It was just an unexpected trip at a one that wound up having a lot more positives than I thought. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just smiling at where Toxo said spoiler-free Greek cards mimicking the PlayStation color buttons for Native Arcade. Jason, he said he'd eat his own head. Wow, that would be fascinating. Just how would you even do that? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, the split gentleman. Yeah. No, we're wrapping.
Yeah, man.
We're wrapping.
Yeah, great to see you too, man.
Well, you know how it would work. He'd have to clone himself and then eat the clone's head.
There you go. Oh God, there may be a future where you could do that. My pizza.
Yeah, what kind of cannibalism would that be, where you clone yourself and then eat yourself?
Oh God! Oh my God!
Somebody needs to make a movie. Somebody needs to make a movie about that.
Dude, there's probably so many not for safe work things that already exist on that. I'm sure.
Auto cannibalism.
Oh my God!
It'd be like something only rich people do.
It's not good.
Oh my God! I can't even say it to your face. What do y'all have going on next week on your channels, Crow? Oh my God!
Well,
Crow. You should just have you should just ponder these weird things and talk about it. It's fascinating. Crow ponders. Oh my God!
That'd be a different channel. That'd be a different channel.
I would legit watch that though.
Me too. Me too.
What is Crow thinking today?
New channel, Crow's weird world.
Yes. Yeah, dude. I'll totally sub to that even before there's any content. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you've won Ed over.
Yeah.
Look, I've got 2 subscribers. I haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah. Right?
Success.
Yeah,
You've
exactly,
made it.
dude. Oh man.
Oh man. Well, as far as things that happen and are things that are happening on channels and whatnot, I'm gonna go outside into the garage, grab a giant shovel, and just start shoveling because I am buried. I am buried under everything. So this week will be a lot of that unburying. It will start with last month's GTC club meeting because that was missing due to everything that happened. So that'll happen first, and then we'll work on everything from there. Getting some Evercade stuff going on. I'll probably do a late reaction to the trailer and all that kind of stuff because I actually didn't even go through it. So that'll be kind of cool. I'll probably do that as a news line. Maybe that'll come out Monday afternoon. But yeah, then just getting through some stuff. There's lots of games that came out on Atari VCS. I will be receiving my Atari 2600 Plus sometime this coming week. It's in Illinois right now, so I did the check. So
were they sending it to me on accident?
maybe. So that's where it is now. And then yeah, I also await the final shipping. There was yet another little tidbit from the Polymega team, from Team Play Magi. They reached out and wanted to know some final information. So if that means a label gets printed soon, that makes me a happy camper. So we might be seeing that soon too.
That would be great.
And then yeah, I got another unboxing because the fire hose still continues. Because I got to open the new collections. They came in on Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah, you
the last two
lock
collections.
Yourself in that room, play all the new Evercade collections, and then like lock yourself in the room, play all the new VCS stuff, and then.
Yeah, I mean, I think to be honest with the Evercade collections, I might shift gears a little on how I do like the content and actually just kind of dive in. I might start doing like lunch live streams from Studio B.
Ooh.
I might try that as an experiment, and because it is going to be experimental, it might not be directly on the main channel, but I'll let you guys know where it is.
Cool.
If it goes up anywhere. But that's it for me.
Cool. Pete Crow, what do you guys have going on?
Well, I am on hold with everything Evercade at the moment, even though I was trying to catch up. I'm still not even halfway through Pico Interactive 3, but all that stuff's on hold. Pinball M came out, and with 5 tables. I already have the 5 videos done. In fact, when we started this Evercast, one of my videos went up. So you got the Wrath of the Elders got Director's Cut. We got Chucky's Killer Pinball, which is probably my favorite of the 5. That came up yesterday, and then just today the Duke Nukem pinball one came out. And then tomorrow will be the Thing pinball, what Pete's playing right now. And after that is Dead by Daylight. But then, a couple days ago, Zen Studio released 9 more tables for Pinball FX. Now, I'm going to be working on 7 of those 9 because 2 of those were already in previous versions of Pinball FX, so I have them further down the list. But they came out with a Charlie Brown Christmas table. They came out with a gaming night collection. There was three pinball tables based on card games, I believe, like Exploding Kittens, Terraforming Mars, and a third one I can't quite remember what it is. And then they came out with another 3-pack that's Star Trek related. So they have 3 tables. One's based on Star Trek Discovery. One's based on Star Trek the Kelvin timeline. And the other one is based on Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So much Star Trek.
Yes.
I love it.
So I got to be playing all of that stuff first before I could continue with my Evercade stuff.
Nice.
All of it's Star Trek. You have my yeah, that's cool.
Gloomhaven
yes,
table?
M Pinball. The M in Pinball M stands for mature because Pinball FX is rated T for teen. So Pinball M is mature rated. So there's gore, blood, swearing in these pinball tables.
All the good stuff.
What's going on? Actually, I just released my Pinball M video on the Thing on the Steam Deck, so that is up for members only for early access. So go check that out if you're a channel member. And then I'm working on some other stuff in the pinball field too, to be honest with you, because they tend to be working on the Steam Deck quite good, which for me is I never really thought to try. So I asked Crow last week. I said, Crow, do you think they can work on the Steam Deck with controllers? And he goes, I don't see why not. And so the Thing is amazing. I can't stop playing it. So I'm not really high level because I've been trying to do the challenges and stuff. But so I got that video, and I got some more PlayStation Portal videos coming out. more Steam Deck videos, and I'm eventually going, now that I'm on vacation, going to play the Duke Nukem collections because I feel like I need a good solid time to dive into those collections because I've been waiting for them so much. So yeah, lots going on.
Nice.
I might have to. That's Pinball FX, right? That you're playing on the Steam Deck.
No, I'm playing Pinball M. I have FX too, and the Star Wars table, and now I think I might have to go get the Star Trek tables because I'm a fan of those. So I'm only buying tables of IPs I like, but the Pinball M, I've got Thing, and I'm thinking about getting the Duke Nukem ones. So
Ooh.
you might see videos on those.
I'm gonna watch
I'm not
video
particularly. I'm not really fond of the Duke Nukem one, to be fair.
Hey, I don't need to know that. Let me play it myself.
Okay.
No, that's good for
I'm just giving
compatibility.
my opinion.
I'll have to look at the.
But the Pinball M, I picked it up. I got it because it's free. Pinball, you can get the game, the game for free, but the tables I paid $8 Canadian to get the Thing table, and I've already gotten more than $8 out of it. So.
Nice.
Yeah, and you do get one table for free. Wrath of the Other Guys Director's
Yeah, I
Cut
haven't
is free.
played that one because I bought the Thing, and I've just been playing like that. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out if the voiceovers. Anyway, you'll see the video, Crow. But I keep asking, is that really audio stems from the movie, or is this other voice actors?
Some of it might be, and I think some of it might not be, because they're saying things that are pinball related. So
Yeah, that is not in the movie. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think they got Kurt Russell to come back and reprise his
but it
role.
sounds like very close to Kurt Russell. If it
Yeah,
is
but it
that.
doesn't sound like Kurt Russell of today. So,
Yeah, that's true too.
But anyway, that's it.
Cool. And then I think what I'm going to do for next week, because when it is showing off a new cart, people voted for the Super Pocket. I think I need to get back to my Fallout video. So I think I'm either going to do a computer collection 2 or full void follow up. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, one of those, and then show another new cart because we've got so much stuff. It's it's amazing. Speaking of so much stuff, real quick. So if you all wonder, I had the carts stacked on top, but I had to move all the purple and blue over to my other shelf. So that's because it was like Evercade carts are light enough, but it was just getting too crazy. Like I got tired of like stuff falling over every time. I'm like, oh. So anyways, but yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do next week. And then as I kind of said in the beginning, less than 50 subs away from 1,000. Oh my God! So I appreciate everybody and all the new people we've had and
hit those buttons.
All that.
Always
all
hit
that good
the
stuff.
button. Oh, Game and Stuff tomorrow night, 6 p.m. PST.
Yep.
I think there'll be lots of pinball talk tomorrow.
Isn't there always?
yeah. So you're gonna want to be sure to tune into that. And then I think Rich, we're gonna make a card maybe Tuesday or something of next week.
Yeah.
We haven't figured it out yet, but
yeah, it was a little crazy.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be our 9th show in a row, Crow. We're almost consistent.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
almost consistent. Almost not 100% consistent because we had to change the times a couple of times.
Yeah, and we'll miss 2 weeks over the holidays because I'm gone, but that's okay.
That's planned.
That's nice.
That's planned, yeah.
yeah. And yeah, Crow's like, yeah, my wife will never watch the show, so I can say that. She'll never watch
cables.
I don't care if she knows that. She
she knows who she married. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, well, I think we can go ahead, and I think we can end it here. If you want to play anything before I play the.
Bye, guys.
Oh, gee, I don't know.
Okay.
There.
Hey, yo, Dave.
Do we have a show next week? Yes? No?
Hey, yo, Dave.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
guess-
we have a show. We have a show next week. Because that's the 16th. I think. Yeah, we can talk about offline about the week of Christmas.
The
Or whatever. Yeah,
23rd.
whatever you guys want to do, I'm cool
We
with.
could probably do the 23rd. I can't. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
again. Bye, everybody.
See ya.